Hey, what's going on? This is Jerry Fetta, owner, founder, and CEO of the Wealth Dynamics brand. Welcome to Thursday Thoughts. I'm going to give you my unadulterated and sometimes unadult opinion on life, right? And I'm going to talk today about change, right? This is an area I love. I personally love change. It's an area that many times when I have conversations with people, they don't like, right? Change is this thing of apprehension and they don't like to see the changes. And I want to talk about that because I think that, it's a big part of life. How we handle change, I think there's a direct correlation between that and our success. Okay, and I want to talk about that. Now, before I talk about that, I have my gimmick for you today. Okay, I want you to watch to the end of the video. It's good for you. It's like eating the rest of your vegetables. I know you think you've got better things to do. You need to see what the Kardashians are up to. You need to watch what Ariana Grande just did in her last concert. You need to know this. No. You need to eat your broccoli. And this is your broccoli right now. So for the next 10 minutes, finish your damn broccoli. Watch to the end of the video. And I'm going to give you dessert, right? That's what's happening here. This is back to childhood, right? I'm going to give you something at the end of this, and I'll go ahead and tell you what it is. I'm not going to tell you how to get there yet. You've got to go to the end of the video, and at the end of the video, the link is going to be inserted on the video screen, not even in the description. So you can't click on this till you're done with the video. Do you see what I'm doing here? It's like I got your broccoli on the plate, and then there's brownies over here, but there's a cage around the brownie, and it's a combination lock that doesn't come unlocked until all the broccoli's eaten. Then the cage opens up, you can have the brownies. That's what I've got for you today. So here's the thing at the end of the video. I am going to give you a $5 ticket to the Arena Bootcamp. Okay, let's do some math really quick. We're currently selling Arena Bootcamp tickets retail for $99, which even that's stupid. I was talking to myself, I was like, Jerry, this is a dumb idea. You should be selling these for at least $1,000. We have the youngest family office founder in the world talking about how he got there. We've got a business consultant with 50 years experience. We've got one of the top digital marketers in the world. We've got a 5-time world champion bodybuilder and several others speaking, and we're giving it away for 99 bucks, right? Now I'm telling you it's $5. Okay, that's literally like 19 times less money. Right, guys, you're going to have 94 whole dollars left over to do whatever. You make your dreams come true with that. Okay, you can get McDonald's 4 times, right? You can buy a course, you could buy books because $94, right? You can do some things with that. So you got to watch to the end of the video, save $94, get an arena ticket for $5. It's Saturday, June 3rd, and you've got to see this thing to make that happen. All right, so Thursday thoughts. You thought that was my thoughts, didn't you? Right? This is my thoughts. So we're talking change today, right? So I had a conversation with someone and I was talking about change, right? And I've had employees, I've had friends, I've had staff members, I've had family members, I've had acquaintances, peers, where some of them are okay with change. Oftentimes change is a sore subject, right? Someone told me most people don't like change. Nobody likes change. Well, first I want to know who is nobody. That's a very general statement. You're telling me that you did a survey of the entire world population and you asked each and every one of them if they like change and none of them said yes, right? And so I personally think that change is not only part of life, it's a catalyst, it's necessary. And the reason why is things are going to change whether you're aware of them or not. Your cells, you have trillions of cells, just now a bunch of them died and changed, right? You didn't know because it's something that just happens. Right now, when you breathe in and out, the air is changing from from oxygen to carbon dioxide. Tonight, the sun's going to go down and the daylight's going to change. You're going to eat dinner, you're going to chew your food, and the food is going to change form and go into your body. Every single thing is change. And I would tell you that in this universe, almost nothing doesn't change, right? Like try and show me one thing that doesn't change, it doesn't exist. Everything changes. Everything, every part of everything changes. So think of life like a car, and you're driving on your destination, and you've got the most beautiful views around you. You've got awesome places you can stop. You're going to great places. You're there with people you love, and instead of enjoying the trip and getting where you're going, you have your foot on the brake the entire time, trying to prevent the car from moving because you don't like the fact that you have your loved ones, great. You got a great view, that's awesome. There's good stuff, there's good food, there's good destinations. But you're freaked out by the fact that the car moves. And you haven't realized that if it doesn't move, you don't go anywhere. You don't get where you're going. The car must move for you to get where you're going. And so because you don't get that, you're putting your foot on the brake, thinking that somehow, that's making it easier for you to live your life, but really it's the reason you're not. Avoiding change is the reason you're not. And so instead of avoiding change, I would embrace it, right? Like take this thing of change, like, okay, I don't want to change maybe something about my business. I'm very attached to maybe the way that we present this product and I don't want to change it because that's how we've always done it and I like that and I'm comfortable with it. Really what that is laziness and fear. Right? Like change happens, it's either good change or bad change. Of course, we don't want bad change. I'm not telling you like go crash your business in the name of change. I'm not telling you, you're sober, you should change and start doing drugs. I'm not telling you you're wealthy, you should change and go put all your money in Bitcoin so you can lose it. I'm telling you do good changes. Right? What's a good change you could make in your life? Because it's going to change anyways, either way. And if you don't make sure it's a good change, then there's a chance it could be a bad one. Think about that. Every change in your life that you don't take charge of, you don't get in the driver's seat behind, you don't purposefully make it happen, you're leaving it up to chance. It's going to change with or without you. And if you don't make it change with you, then it can change without you. And there's no rhyme or reason that says it's going to be a good one. It's going to be, one of Newton's laws. If it can go wrong, it will. That's a chance. You're going to have stuff go wrong because you're not the one driving the change. Right? So change is part of life. Now, take this fear of change and I want you to apply this to something else in life and see how much sense it makes. Go ahead, pick an area. Let's pick your underwear, for example. Right? Would you ever be like, I don't want to change my underwear. I know I've worn them for 3 weeks. I'm very comfortable with them. They've really started to hug my body. I understand, this pair really well. And I've had it for a while and I've had a lot of good memories with it and a lot of good experiences. And when I take it off, it doesn't even change form. It doesn't change anymore. It doesn't even change form. I can slip them right back on and they're the same way they were because they're hard now, right? No, you would be like, I took a shower, I'm going to change. Okay, let's take, like the food in your fridge. You wouldn't be like, I'm going to never change the food in my fridge. If it starts getting moldy and nasty, you're not going to be like, let's keep it. We've had those potatoes for such a long time and it's artistic that they're now turning green and I like the color green and yeah, that's a change, but I'm going to ignore that part. I want to leave it there because that's part of my world now is the potatoes the way they are, right? Here's the problem is when we try and hold back change, often we're playing with ourselves. Like we're not actually holding back change. We think we are, we're not. We're deceiving ourselves, right? And what happens is we often, the subject we're trying to prevent the change from happening to, we're harming. If I have a company that's growing and flourishing and I try and keep it the way it is because that's how I like it and that's how I'm comfortable with, I'm harming that area. I'm not allowing it to go change. Okay, if I have a loved one, let's say that gets really into growth and personal development and they're progressing and learning and they're becoming a better and better person and more successful, and I'm like, yeah, but I miss it when they were this way and they said these things and they did these activities and we had these memories, so I'm going to try and keep them the way they are. You're hurting that person. You're keeping them from changing. So instead of doing that, drive the change. What's good for them? What's good for you? Push that, right? The change is going to happen anyways, right? And I want to tie this back into finances. Things don't change until we change them. And a lot of times an area that we're not winning in, we try and not have to look at it. With our finances, people tend not to confront it. They're like, I don't want to do a budget. I don't want to get on a forced savings plan. I don't want to check out my investments. I don't want to see what my interest rates are on my credit cards. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Because those are areas they're not winning in. And those areas are not going to improve until we change them. To get them to be better, we have to change something about them so that they are better. Right? And one of the places we should all change is the location we put our money. I want you to look at the statistics in America right now. Okay, 80% of us are paycheck to paycheck, right? Most of us don't have savings. Only a third of Americans are confident about their retirement accounts. The stats are showing that we're not winning. And so we have this thing with the banks and Wall Street and IRS. We keep doing them over and over and over, and it keeps producing the same result. Right? What did Einstein say the definition of insanity was? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result each time. So if you keep doing the banks, and you keep doing Wall Street, and you keep doing the IRS, and you keep doing the credit card company and the car loan and the mortgage and all the stuff you've been doing and your parents have been doing and everyone's been doing, and you see that the results are the same and Americans are still losing, you're insane. You're a crazy person. You need to change something. And it doesn't need to be everything. Here's the thing about change, guys. Most of us, we hear change in order to justify the fact that we don't want to because we're scared, lazy, whatever. We try and mock up that this one little change means everything will change, right? Because if we can convince ourselves everything will change, we can make sense of not doing it. It's like, oh, if I change my finances, I set up a sacred account, I'm changing the location I deposit my money, I'm depositing it into my bank instead of theirs. Well, that's going to change everything. And now I can feel overwhelmed and I can tell myself the story of how I don't need to change because I don't want that and that's too much. And so I can create this whole mess and confusion that doesn't really exist to justify the fact that the reality is I just don't want to have to change, right? And the reason someone doesn't want to have to change ultimately comes down to the fact that they agree with, and want to keep doing the thing that they have going on more than they want to change. It doesn't matter what they say. It does not matter how bad they're in pain. It doesn't matter their sob story. It doesn't matter how much they say they want to improve. If they don't do it, they like what they're doing, they agree with what they're doing, and they want to keep doing what they're doing more than they say they want to improve. Someone who wants to quit smoking and doesn't, they agree, and want to keep doing it more than not. Otherwise, they would just quit. Right? Somebody that continually makes bad financial decisions, they agree with, and want to keep doing those bad financial decisions more than not. And that's one thing that for me, when I realized that as an adult, my life became so much easier in relationship to other people because I didn't wonder why people did what they did anymore. Have you ever had that where you're like, why did they do that? Why did that person do that? Why did they say that? Why did they behave that way? Because they like it, they agree with it, and they want to keep doing it. That's why they do. That's it. Right? There's no other reason behind it. It is what it is. Look at it. Don't try and overanalyze. So if you want to change your finances, if you want to improve your finances, you need to decide and look at the things you have now, what's happening now, and decide, I don't like them. I don't agree with them, and I don't want to keep doing them. Therefore, I'm going to change. Okay? So that's what I've got for you guys today, right? Now, I told you at the very beginning of this video that I was going to give you a special offer. Right? And the special offer you're only going to be able to get, and I forget, I did the video so long, I forget what the special offer was at this point. Was it a $5 bootcamp ticket? Do you remember? Was it a wealth potential analysis?
No.
What was it? I don't remember at this point, guys. So we're going to change the offer at the end of the video because I don't remember what it was, right? We talked so much about change. We're going to change that too. Okay, so if you watch to the end of the video, right, I am going to give you a $5 arena bootcamp ticket. Okay. Now, in order to get this, that's what it was. This isn't actually a change. I just remembered it was that because I talked about how you're going to save $94 and you're going to be able to get the free bootcamp ticket. Right? I'm glad you guys were tracking. Thanks for keeping me on track with this. So my team right now at this point in the video on the screen is going to put the link for you to go get your $5 bootcamp ticket. You need to pause the video, type that link into your browser, change the screen, go there, right? And you're going to get that ticket. It's $5. It's going to be Saturday, June 3rd from 1 to 6 p.m. Eastern time, right? And you're going to see great speakers. It's going to be a great event. So that's on the screen right now. Get the link, go to the URL, buy the ticket. It's $5. That's all I got for you today. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. I'll see you next time.